How many people, well, I would say probably everybody here would probably make the statement, yeah, I walk with God. You know, I'm with God every day. I talk to God every day. But how many people actually do? You wake up in the morning, first thing you do, thank God for waking you up.
Yeah.
Hear birds singing, you thank Him for that.
Yeah.
You know, get up, go to eat breakfast, you thank Him for that. Sometime during the day, you go in your prayer closet, may spend an hour in there talking to God. You talk to Him that night before you go to bed. But you can do all that and still not be walking with God. It's an every minute of the day thing. Not just, okay, God, what do you want me to do today? Well, I want you to go over to the nursing home and talk to these people. Well, once you get there, do you ask Him constantly? Who do I talk to? What do you want me to say to this one? Are you constantly hearing God in a way that He can stop you mid-sentence from what you're telling somebody? There's times we get out, we'll be going down the road, and we'll be like, we're getting hungry. We need to, where you want to go eat? Yeah, sometimes we'll decide amongst ourselves. But when we got our heads on straight, that's when, we ask God, where do we go eat? Stop at McDonald's, go to Burger King, wherever, where we go. And sometimes He'll tell us to go somewhere, and we'll look at each other and like, well, I wasn't really in the mood for fish, but that's where He said to go, And when you get there, you may see somebody you ain't seen in years. Come across an acquaintance. And you're like, well, I know why God sent me here now. It's them times, you're pretty confident. Okay, we see why God did this. We know how God's working. But when He sends you in somewhere, nothing happens. You know He told you to go there. But nothing happens. You don't particularly see anybody that you knew before. You don't even particularly, do something to make the waitress smile. Or, that may brighten their day that needed it. It just seems like it's just, why did God send me here? And then what happens when you leave? Satan starts playing. You just wanted to go there. God didn't send you there. If you would have been really the way you should be, then God would have sent you somewhere you could have done some good. You just went over there, you killed that hole. You had an hour there, you just killed. When you could have been doing something for God. He had a plan, and you, because you wanted hamburgers that day, that's where you went. But you didn't listen to God. What kind of Christian are you? Anybody ever had that happen? Satan ever tell you these little things? You knew without a shadow of doubt God told you to do something. But then afterwards, you're like, did He really? I don't know. I'm not really sure now. If Satan can put them thoughts in your head, which is, he can put them in your head. I don't care who you are. That's one of the powers that Satan's got. He can get in our head and tell us things. That don't mean we have to dwell on them. We don't have to listen. But he can talk to us. He loves to talk to us. I think it was yesterday we was out here talking. Satan's been doing this for a minimum of 6,000 years. We know he's been at least doing it that long because it's recorded that long in the Bible. He's been practicing on how to fool human beings. He's been practicing 6,000 years. When you practice something for a few months, how good do you get? You know, I mean, we hear up here how good Matthew is up here playing. You know, he's been practicing for, you know, however long, 25 years or whatever he's been playing it. How good's he got in 25 years? What if he got to play this thing and practice it for 6,000 years? How good would he be then? So how good's Satan going to be after practicing 6,000 years? We underestimate him. People think, oh, he's stupid. He actually thought he could overthrow God. And he still, to this day, has his followers convinced that he's going to go and take over heaven. He's still got them convinced of that. And why do people listen to it? Because he knows what to say. He knows the emotions to make them feel. Satan can duplicate almost anything that God does. The very first time, well, there's been 2 times in my life that I have heard God's voice audibly. Not just the way he usually talks, but I actually heard him audibly 2 times. The first time that he spoke to me, he only just said just a few words. You know, that very next day, Satan did it. But it was like, sounded the same. The voice sounded the same, but it was like, that's not it. That's not, no. This is not what I heard yesterday. It sounds the same, but you know deep inside it wasn't. He tried to count, you know, he's like, we got to put a stop to this. And he tried his best. Oh, he was close. How much do we walk with God? The only way that we actually can tell and not get fooled is to be with him every day, all day long.